When I saw the trailer for Forbidden Fruits, it didn't give much away, but it gave a vibe that seemed interesting. So I knew I had to check this one out, all right? Now, let me tell you, I saw this movie at 10 p.m. on a Thursday night, and it was well packed. And this is like a small independent movie. So that surprised me, and I'm kind of happy because normally I go into these movies and it's like me and maybe two other people. And this movie went over great with the crowd. People were laughing their asses off. So that's great. But let me tell you what it's about, all right? So this is a movie that's kind of like a combination of The Craft, which was a movie I really dug back in the early 2000s, and Mean Girls, another movie from the early 2000s that was fun. So they kind of swashed that together. This movie takes place primarily at like a mall in the South, I believe it is. And I think it's Texas. So yeah, the South. And there's these three young women who pretty much run the place. And there's something about them that just is kind of interesting. Like, they're not teenagers, but they kind of act like teenagers, but they're young adults. They've gone to school, but they don't have the jobs they want. They're not using their degrees. But what makes them happy and keeps them working at this place is they use it overnight to be like a hangout. Now, you might be saying, what do they do? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they happen to think they're witches and they're having their coven meetings right there in the store. And it just so happens that they're looking for a fourth member of their group. And they take a lonely girl who works at like the pretzel kiosk at the mall. And they bring her in. And she's kind of excited to be there, but it looks like there's something she's hiding from them. And she realizes that the leader of the group is kind of manipulative and just bitchy and kind of controlling everyone else's lives. And that doesn't sit well with her. So she questions things and she gets everyone else to kind of question what's going on around them. And things get really weird and it gets awkward. Like, I don't want to spoil things here, but I will say the movie feels slow. Like, not much is happening. It's a lot of talkie-talkie and a lot of montages. But I gotta say, the music in this movie, top notch. Some great needle drops. My favorite, during a sex montage scene, they play Yin Yang Twins, Wait Till You See My Eye. I'm gonna beat that up. You know, Wait Till You See My Dick. One of my favorites. Now, that came out back in the early 2000s. Everything about this movie screams early 2000s, but I believe it takes place in modern day, so it's kind of weird. If it focused more on that early 2000s, I would have said this is a better movie, but it's not. It's just awkward. And speaking of awkward, the writing is awkward. All right, so like, it's kind of cringy. The things they're saying and their deliveries are kind of weird. Now, I don't falter the cast. I feel like that's more of the writing and the directing. They're just doing what they're told to do. And maybe I'm just not the right audience for it because, like I said, the audience was eating this up, laughing left and right at things that I didn't even know was funny. Normally, I'm always 10 beats ahead of everyone on jokes and laughter. Like I said, this is probably more of a young lady style movie. Now, speaking of young ladies, the cast in this, man, I don't know most of them, but they're pretty good, all right? Even though I said they're kind of like giving weird performances, but I think that's just because these characters are weird. All right, our main character, the new member of the Coven, Pumpkin, they're all named after like fruits, and there's a joke about, is pumpkin a fruit? I don't know. You got Lola Tung. Now, I don't really know her, but she looks familiar. I believe her big thing is like the Amazon series, The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I didn't see, but I've heard good things. I don't know, not for me. But this actress is good here. Then you have the leader of the group, a young lady from the Riverdale show, Lili Reinhart. I've seen her before. She's good. And she's good here as this bitchy queen bee type character. Pretty good. And then another member of the group, you get Fig. Oh, Lily's named Apple. Fig is played by someone I've worked with before. Someone who, whenever I see him, like, this girl's got the talent. Alexandra Shipp. She's phenomenal. And she does some fun stuff here. But the other member of the group, who I don't know, Cherry, she's really good. She's like the Dipsy one, kind of like the Amanda Seyfried character, if you would, in this movie. She's played by someone I've never seen, Victoria Pedretti. I know I'm butchering the name, so I do apologize. She's good. And then as an ex-member of the group, there's Pickle, and played by Emma Chamberlain. And I think I've seen her before, and she's great in this. And she doesn't get too many scenes, but what she does do here, pretty important to the scene, to the movie, to the plot. And then there's like a figure kind of like Claw, Inspector Gadget's Claw that you hear and you see different things, but you never see the face. But you're like, that voice sounds familiar. And then she pops up later in the movie. Freaking Gabrielle Union. Perfect for this movie, all right? Now, this movie is quirky. It's crazy. Like I said, it's a little slow. The first two acts crawls instead of runs, but the third act is where it won me over, all right? This third act is bonkers, insane ridiculousness, all right? Like, things go so wrong for our characters, our main characters, and it's like, it makes you wonder, are they really witches? Is this because of what they done, or are they delusional? I'm not going to tell you, but it's wild. And while I'm still close to talking about the cast, let me tell you, there's an adorable cat in this movie named Shirley Temple, and I loved Shirley Temple. That cat is awesome. If you're a cat fan like me, you're like, yeah, I love seeing cats on film. But it's like, is Shirley Temple safe? I don't want harm to come to this cat. That was always in the back of my mind when I saw the kitty. Yeah, I don't know if I fully love this movie, because it's like I was watching it and I'm like, fuck this movie. And then I'm like, shut your brain off. Just enjoy it. Everyone else is enjoying it. And once I kind of like stopped questioning things in reality, I'm like, all right, this isn't terrible. I feel like it's an hour and maybe 43 minutes. It feels a little longer. It could be trimmed down to like a solid 90 minutes, I think, but whatever. It's an all right little movie. I believe it only has like a limited run, but I think this is going to be premiering on Shudder soon. So if you get Shudder or AMC Plus, you can check it out. And if you do see this movie, there's a mid-credit scene that sets up a sequel. Now, will this sequel ever happen? Probably not. I highly doubt it, but stranger things have happened. But what they're setting up here is kind of genius. Like, I really dug this little scene. It was better than anything I had seen in the entire movie. I want to see the sequel more than I want to rewatch this movie. And that's saying something, folks. I don't know. Have you seen Forbidden Fruits? Let me know your take on Forbidden Fruits in the comment section down below. And thank you for watching this review. I totally appreciate it. If you liked it, could you do me a favor and possibly yourself a favor by hitting like and subscribe to stay in the loop? Because I'm putting out daily videos right here on this platform. And if you happen to like entertainment podcasts, I host one. And it's called Movie Toast, News and Reviews, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, and please stay toasty.